A 2020 study in the journal Social, Psychological, and Personality Science found that over a lifetime, our most profound regrets are not about the things we did, but about our failures to act, the chances not taken, the paths not explored. This speaks to a deep human intuition that we are meant to live a certain way, to become our ideal selves. But what if this intuition stems from a source far deeper than lived experience? What if the blueprint for that ideal self was something you drafted personally, before you even drew your first breath? This is the core premise of the modern spiritual concept known as the Soulplan or life contract. Proponents suggest that in a premortal state, our non-physical consciousness, our soul, collaborates with spiritual guides or a higher self. Together, they meticulously design the key challenges, relationships, and even the greatest hardships of the coming lifetime. The family you're born into, the soulmate you meet, the career that tests your limits, even the chronic illness you endure, all are seen not as random misfortunes, but as curated catalysts. They are specific, pre-chosen elements intended to foster the exact spiritual growth and understanding your soul seeks. Every roadblock is a lesson. Every heartbreak, a refinement of compassion. This framework reframes suffering from a meaningless affliction into a purposeful, self-imposed curriculum for evolution. This idea of a pre-life choice is not a recent invention of New Age spirituality. It has profound roots in Western philosophy, most famously articulated by Plato over 2,000 years ago in his masterwork, The Republic. At the end of the book, he recounts the myth of a story of a soldier who dies, tours the afterlife, and returns to tell the tale. Describes a process remarkably similar to the Soulplan. He witnessed souls who had completed their time in the heavens or underworld gathering to choose their next mortal lives. A divine herald laid out patterns of life before them, lives of tyrants and artists, of animals and ordinary citizens. The choice, the herald declared, was their own. The divine was blameless. The souls then chose their new life and an accompanying guardian spirit, or daemon. A crucial detail in Plato's account is that souls often chose based on the habits of their former life. Odysseus, weary of strife, searched long and hard for the quiet life of a private man. After the choice was sealed, each soul was led to the plain of oblivion and made to drink from the river of forgetfulness, the Ameles Patamos, wiping the memory of their choice and the interlife period clean. They were then born into the world, carrying within them a destiny they themselves had authored, yet could not consciously remember. Shifting our gaze from ancient Greece to the East, we find a related yet distinct concept within Dharmic religions like Hinduism and Buddhism. Here, the life you are born into is less a single conscious choice and more an inevitable consequence, a direct result of a cosmic law, karma. Karma is the principle of cause and effect, where an individual's actions and intentions in one life determine their fate in future lives. The entire cycle of birth, death, and rebirth is known as samsara, often visualized as a great, ever-turning wheel. You do not choose your next life from a selection of lots, as in Plato's myth. Instead, you build it, moment by moment, action by action. Virtuous deeds and pure intentions lead to a more favorable rebirth, perhaps as a human with health, wealth, and spiritual opportunities. Conversely, harmful actions and negative states of mind accumulate a karmic debt, leading to a life of hardship or rebirth in a lower realm. From this perspective, your life path was indeed set before you were born, but it was set by you, by the sum total of your past selves. The struggles you face are not a pre-planned curriculum for growth, but the ripening of past seeds. The goal is not to master the lessons of this specific life, but to ultimately break the entire cycle of samsara through spiritual realization and attain moksha or nirvana. What if both the curated curriculum of the Soulplan and the karmic consequence of Hinduism are elaborate deceptions? What if you never chose this life, were not repaying a debt, but were in fact trapped here against your will? This is the radical and challenging perspective of ancient Gnosticism. For the Gnostics, the material world was not a divine training ground or a just sphere of karmic law. It was a prison, a catastrophic error created not by the ultimate, true God, but by a lesser, arrogant, and ignorant entity known as the demiurge. Our true essence, they taught, is a divine spark from the pleroma, the realm of pure spirit and light. Through a cosmic tragedy, these sparks of divinity fell and became ensnared in the flesh and material world crafted by the demiurge. Therefore, your life path was not chosen by you for your own good. It was imposed upon you. The struggles, pains, and limitations of mortal existence are not character-building lessons. They are the bars of our cage. The goal of life, from a Gnostic viewpoint, is not to learn from suffering, but to awaken to our true, alien origin. Through gnosis, or secret knowledge, one can remember their divine nature and learn how to navigate the treacherous afterlife, bypass the demonic rulers of the material cosmos, and finally escape back to the pleroma, leaving the prison of reincarnation behind forever. These diverse streams of thought, Plato's choice, Hinduism's karma, and Gnosticism's entrapment flowed for centuries in relative isolation. But in the late 19th century, a powerful intellectual movement sought to merge them into a single comprehensive system. This was Theosophy, championed by figures like Helena Blavatsky. Theosophy created a grand, complex cosmology that directly shaped the modern Soulplan idea. It embraced the Hindu concept of karma and reincarnation as fundamental laws of the cosmos. However, it reinfused it with the Platonic and Western esoteric idea of purpose and progression. Theosophists taught that a single individuated consciousness, the reincarnating ego, undergoes a vast pilgrimage, incarnating through all the root races and cultures of the world. The purpose is not merely to balance karmic accounts, but to gather every possible type of human experience, evolving from a simple spark into a perfected, godlike being. In this synthesized view, your life path is a product of both. Your general conditions, your nation, your family's status, your innate talents are the result of past life karma. But within that framework, the higher self actively plans specific challenges and encounters to accelerate this grand evolutionary journey. This momentum-building synthesis explains why modern spirituality often seamlessly blends concepts like karma, soulmates, and life lessons. It is the direct intellectual heir of the Theosophical project to create one universal esoteric truth. Within the esoteric tradition of Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, we find another nuanced perspective that frames the pre-life arrangement not as a choice for self-growth, but as a mission of cosmic restoration. The Lurianic Kabbalah, developed in the 16th century, posits a creation myth called Shevarat HaKelim, or the shattering of the vessels. In this story, the divine light of creation was so intense that it shattered the vessels meant to contain it, scattering holy sparks throughout the universe, where they became entrapped in shards of brokenness, the Kalippo, or husks. Humanity's sacred task, and the purpose of the soul, is Tikkun Olam, the mending of the world. This involves gathering these lost sparks through righteous actions, prayer, and living a holy life, thereby restoring cosmic harmony. In this context, a soul's return to the physical world, or Gilgul, is a targeted mission. The soul is sent to a specific time, place, and family where it has the best opportunity to rectify a past failing, or, more importantly, to elevate a specific piece of the broken creation. The life path is thus a divine deployment. The challenges you face are the very pieces of the world that your unique soul has been tasked to repair. This teases a resolution by reframing your life not as a classroom or a prison, but as a sacred battlefield where you are a crucial agent in the redemption of all things. After journeying through metaphysics, myth, and mysticism, we must confront the most direct and perhaps most challenging perspective of all, that of 20th century existentialism. Philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre would reject every single preceding theory. For the existentialist, there is no pre-birth choice, no karmic law, no divine mission, because there is no pre-existing essence or plan. Sartre's famous declaration, "Existence precedes essence," is the ultimate counterargument. It means you are not born as something. You are simply born. You are thrown into existence as a radical freedom, a blank slate. There is no soul plan to discover, no karmic debt to repay, no cosmic repair job to complete. There is only the here and now, and the crushing, total responsibility of creating your own meaning and purpose from scratch through the choices you make. The struggles you face are not part of a grand design. They are the brute facts of an indifferent universe, and your response to them is what defines you. This philosophy doesn't offer the comfort of a hidden purpose. Instead, it offers the terrifying yet exhilarating dignity of absolute ownership. Your life's path isn't chosen for you before birth. It is forged by you, moment by agonizing moment, until death. Your virtues are not predestined. They are the sum of your courageous actions in the face of meaninglessness.